means roll.
Whose turn? Because I'm going to try and roll.
Sorry. Yes, I need to be clear. My little silence there translates.
Yeah.
My little silence there translates as everybody talk. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me everything you're doing. We've got a forcible detainment of Kixakol. We have a surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but a rather mediation-based, appeal to, come on. No hassles down here, right, Carnivix?
That's right. So, am I there or am I coming there?
Oh, you're definitely there. I mean, you're right there. I mean, he's appealing to you, not to the cops escorting you.
Well, I'm going to move forward and offer my hand in friendship to whatever delegation is there.
Okay. So you're going to, well, they're not there yet. But not there yet. I mean, but you're going to the square. What I'm saying is the people who've come to confront you, are you just going to accept their sort of, we're all going to go together, there's going to be cops, there's going to be your people, we're all going to be cool?
Yeah, we're all going there right now.
Okay.
I had a question. These pool dice, do we spend these after the game or can we spend them during the game?
Either one.
Or new traits?
Either one.
Okay. So I'm adding my new trait. Oh, poop. Where did I put it? There we go. The mob wars when Carnivix wars. So, and that's at a 2. So I'm going to spend
4.
Yep, 4 of these dice.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, it's current.
Now
so it's
my large pool
right. Mm-hmm.
is now only a 3.
That's what it's for. Let me clarify a couple of things. First of all, and this is something that's getting kind of lost a little bit. Traits are traits, even if they're zeros.
Right.
So you can designate anything in your text as a trait, and you should.
Mm.
Assigning them a bonus is a secondary thing.
Yep.
So you can have traits with or without bonuses, and how much. I mean, it's
the 15 words that I wrote were, Freetown is prepared to move when Carnivix moves. The mob wars when Carnivix wars. So
sounds like traits to me. So you just made that one a +2.
Yes, just because if we can rock pylons, then I've obviously got like some henchmen or something.
Right.
So yes, I'm going to move on. It's like, let's all go. It's like
that
we're not there to buzz heads yet.
Right. So I'm not seeing a role for you yet. Right now, the immediate concern is, however, then the captain, just before, as you get to the square, the delegation isn't there yet. The captain's like, well, they should be here by now. Let me check the records.
You know what we're doing?
Yeah.
We fly kites because we decided that's the best way to stop the flyers. It's like if everyone's flying kites as we move in, it kind of obfuscates what's going on below them. So as we move, we're chanting, we're flying these kites, and all our kites have all our jingoistic and sayings on them, or sigils and stuff, and we're flying kites as we move in. So that's what we're doing.
Right. So another signal has come in. The captain walking with you is actually, kind of looking at all this, but is kind of pleased that he's kept it from actually being an outbreak, as far as he can tell. But that's when the signal comes in that no. He sends a signal. He's like, Carnivix is, under Carnivix, everything's cool with Carnivix, right? We got this. No need for.
In fact, if there's the captain of the security team with me,
right?
Like maybe they even know these guys. Maybe
I figure. I figure. Yeah.
So it's like,
hey,
on,
how you doing, long hair? How you doing, pig?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And I don't want this guy to lose his job or whatever's going on. And honestly, I don't even want to, I don't want to hurt the security guys. So we're going along with them, and
that's when he'll get us. He will get a signal. And he looks at you kind of miserably and says, "Oh shit!
What's that?
Let's go find out." What are the rolls over there?
Roll, ladies.
Yes.
What is the precise thing that either of you is going for to do?
The first thing I'm going for, if Omak is going to detain me, I'm going to try to make a run for it.
Wow.
Because he is going to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't believe he would really hurt or kill me until it happens.
Right. This is not, you're right about that. This is not a lethal conflict. He's really, Omak isn't a terrible person. He could not possibly bring himself to shoot at you. This is true. So, so it's not a lethal situation at all. Nor for Hibu. They're not out to, hurt you.
Yeah. No, I don't take that.
So what will you do?
Yeah. I'm going. Okay. Go ahead.
I'll dive down, basically.
Wait. I want 2 rolls at the same time, though. I want to know what happens.
You want 2 rolls at the same time?
Oh yeah, I want to know what I want to know what Hibu's doing.
So Hibu was just going to say, Omak, you might think you have more pull than I do. And I'm going to look at each one of his soldiers and attendants, and I'm like, there's a wrong way to do this and a right way. My way is right. My record and what I've done for the AVIX over these years, it's always been right. I protected people, I'll protect you, and I can see when someone is obfuscating the truth. Because the truth will always rise above. That's will rise above water.
Right. There's your trait, right? Thought balloon, however, pompous old fool. Just a thought. Okay, so so you're trying to basically keep this on a negotiatory level. Now, go ahead, both of you.
I'm trying to dissuade them on our side. So
you're actually up against quite a bit here. Hibu, this is actually a 1. You're out of your element. Right.
Yeah.
So, and he does have all the numbers on his side. So it's 1 die for you. For Kixikol, it's 2. This is for a sweet little thing to suddenly go on the run in Freetown is not very conceivable. So, but there are a lot of them, so let's make it 2.
I just have to think about how many of my pool dice I want to drop in there.
The question. The question. Yeah. The trouble is, Jerry, that the chance goes up to succeed, but the risk of losing them all is real. Right? You don't want to lose them all.
This may become a double roll, and I don't have anything on the second trade so far. So
you can put them
have to think a little bit.
1 die to make it.
I don't have a lot of dice left because I bought some trades. So
that's okay.
I'm going
to trade with something.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 of my trade dice or my pool dice. So give me 4 dice.
At the same time.
Okay. Yep. Yes, please. No, Renee.
It is so cruel. It is so cruel.
I'm on here.
Oh my God. So, Helma, do you want to narrate what happens, or do you want a pool die?
Oh, absolutely. I just have to collect my dice. Yes.
Because they went everywhere.
Not really. So I still have 6 dice in my pool. Great. I'm basically, why did I negotiate? I'm not even listening anymore. I'm taking a backward roll and die.
I love it. Blah, 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 blah.
And I don't know exactly where we are, but I assume we are very near to that square still, because we didn't get anywhere before he showed up. So I'm probably dropping right through those kites into all that mess. Boom.
Right to the person that you're in suspicion of having colluded with.
Well, close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Right.
Probably seeing each other, and I'm recognizing him.
Yeah. That's a narration if I ever heard one. All right. So yeah, taken completely off guard. Hibu and Omak are.
You're standing there.
Well, you're completely blindsided by her sudden disappearance. And so the therefore your attempt to bureaucratically take command of the situation is failed, not just from being interrupted, but because he hadn't given yet, right?
Yeah.
If he ever would. So that's my take on what happened with your role. Wow. All right. So we now have I got to decide what Olmacan tells the dudes to do. He raps out a command, and they somewhat reluctantly form up around him. He's saying, we have a situation. So Hibu what's he going to tell you to do? Yeah, he'll look at you and throw you a look and say, "What more do you need?" And gesturing after the disappeared, gesturing at the feathers, the one or two feathers kind of floating there.
little trail of smoke that she left behind.
Yeah, and
Feathers.
yeah, exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, and so he says, "What more do you need?" And he says, "Go to where you're supposed." He says to the captain, "Take her to," and whoever. Tech like has like been at this point is like hiding behind whoever, right? Whatever you can. And he notices Tech and says, sequester. He says to the captain, "Sequester all communications." Yeah, he's like, "Sequester all communications. Take her," and there's no like Lord General Hibu here. It's her, right? Where she's supposed to be, or you're going to be staying in Freetown a lot longer than you thought. And then he takes, he points to 5 of them, and they like go down in a wedge after where Kixcall went. So, I'll say what's going on down there, and then I want to find out what Hibu does. Down there, sure enough, Kixcall basically comes down through the kites and sees this crew. Now, you've probably never seen like flightless Avix in profusion before, like a lot of them. And this is going to sound absolutely awful. For Kixcall, you actually may be partly immune to this, but culturally it's still there. Despite the amazing array of different features and colors and feathers and, shape-shifted faces too, right? Despite that incredible diversity of those things, the fact that they're all walking, to many Avixes, they would all look alike.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Yes, they do.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Kixcall has a little better perspective, so she's maybe can kind of reorient a little bit, but the impression is there, right? Mm-hmm. So that's your, that's you've come down, and all of you see this Avix suddenly appear, who's very tower looking, very, from up there, and the kind of like a noblewoman almost, if you can think of that in sort of a bureaucratic or administrative context, right. Which unfortunately I can easily do.
Yep.
Just an unpleasant realization of my own symbolic psychology. Okay, so you have this Avix has appeared, and the captain, who has just said to you, oh shit, he's like, tell me, what is going on with you two?
To me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's gesturing like, you two.
Well, is Kixical down in the marchers?
No, that would be landing. What's that about?
Right.
She
Yeah,
flies
like
like
when
a
I
she
see
flies like a hummingbird. She's got hummingbird flight in her story, so she's like,
Right.
like looking at everybody. Right.
Yeah, I'll motion her down.
That-
Like, come on, join the party. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked you a cake.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'll motion down. Like, come on.
I'm going down.
Okay.
In general, feeling this is a far more friendly welcome.
The captain is speaking into his communicator, and he says, "Everything's under control. Stand down." And he says, "I don't care, Lieutenant Commander. You're not from around here. Stay out. I'm telling you
Do I
this
hear
now."
that?
Oh yeah. He's saying, "Stay out of this." And there doesn't seem to be agreement in the communications. So,
Okay, he has this smile you can get from somebody who realizes there is somebody that could be really useful and that is thinking with their own head.
mhm. Well, the captain likes his job, I mean,
Yes, but
flightless.
you described so beautifully what I look like, so
Right,
I
right.
smile at him.
Excellent. I'm not going to say he's like a
He's
saint
gonna
or
be
anything.
really unhappy.
Let's just clarify. I mean, flightless hookers may be involved in his desire for status quo. I mean, come on, that's fair.
That's
Let's
right.
be real.
There's some marching with this.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, you're not dealing with like a martinet from who's trying to score points up above. So
Nice to know.
yeah. I got to give this guy a name.
You
I
have
have two
The
captains here.
captain?
Yeah, we've got two. We've got the one who's currently still
up
with
there.
Hibu, and then we've got the one down here with Karnavik. So two captains. I gotta
Well-
come up with some names.
Well, we got Lieutenant Commander Omak.
And by the way, Kixakal, just to point out, there's only one. There's an unfortunate possibility that the close acquaintance that Olmec mentioned, who had provided some information about you that was interpreted negatively, there's some possibilities of who that might be.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm aware of that. As is Kixakal.
You were sold out.
There are things that one can say in a sort of bullied capacity that are very easy to turn into security threats. Right? I mean, you can be an informant without being a rat.
There are so many possibilities, and they are so ugly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now,
I did it to protect you.
yeah, etc. Yeah, all those things.
Come on, I don't need that, guys. I know enough to come up with my own ideas.
Well,
Please.
we're free associating. This is chit chat,
Yeah,
not play. Yeah.
believe me.
Yeah.
Where I come from,
Oh yeah.
I know how this works.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now we have a set of interactions. While you two get to talk, Hibu.
Yes.
Take that
Yeah.
first.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going down.
Well, they are. The captain is looking at you and says, I have to take you to the square and have a couple more people come to protect you, and it's over this way. Right. They're going to go around and come at the square from another direction, and you're going to be able to shake the mayor's hand and say hello to the local broadcasters, and then you're going to go to the secure residence. And that's where this guy's supposed to take you, and he's just been ordered and threatened. We got to go.
Mhm.
Please.
right.
Come on. Please.
Yeah.
I'll be like, let's go.
All right. So, and that's going to take a little while. That's a slower, checkpointy kind of thing.